I find myself always looking to solve problems. And the key trigger point, if you like, for beginning to think, why doesn't somebody else open a shop selling cool, interesting stuff, to why don't I do something like that, was reading books. Reading books about people who were successful in business. They just had a vision and a passion and a drive, and that propelled them forward. It made me think, well, maybe this shop I've got in my head, maybe I could do that. So until you actually take some action when it comes to doing something like this, it's always going to be an idea. And now we're jumping probably 6 or 7 years, maybe even 8 years forward. That's a shop in Covent Garden near the Opera House. That took about 2 million a year. And you know, when you're running a business, you just have to get into that mindset. It is challenge after challenge, daily challenge after daily challenge, big challenges. And you get these highs and lows, but it makes for an exciting life. And then we had a flat year, and it was at Christmas, and we weren't really hitting where we expected to be, and we'd always beaten our targets. And I remember ringing the bank and saying, listen, we've had a bit of a flat year. Can we extend the overdraft for a little bit longer? The next day, the overdraft went from 4 million to 400 grand. So it was purely down to finding a high net worth individual or people, and somebody came along in retail. They effectively acquired the company. And he had a different vision for the business. He was we want to be mass market. And 700 people lost their jobs, and it went into administration. And it was a really grim time because it was like starting again from scratch. Absolutely everything had gone. And that brings us to what might be the next 10 years. And timing's really important here for us. About mental health, anxiety, depression, stress, things like post-traumatic, bipolar, all these different things rely and affect mood. The mood is a really key component of this. How does somebody feel? So we started this company called Mood Beam, and the idea was to solve this problem. It's an amazingly positive thing for people who, and then we found this out, who feel they are constantly down, to see that that's not the case. So being able to see how you feel for the first time is massively powerful. And just as a final thought, if you look at life as not what you have got, but what you have done, then it takes away the worry of failure. Thanks for your time.
Two things for me: you never give up. You never ever give up. That on yourself, on your friends, your team. That's number one for me. And number two, you know, there is always another way. When something doesn't work, you approach it in a different way and you move on, you move forward. And that's what military life's all about. It's about teamwork, not about individuals. The first realisation I had that I haven't become somebody important, but somebody that's responsible for somebody else. And with that comes a certain set of responsibilities. You have to be professional, you have to think about what you're doing. You have to ask yourself, am I making the right decisions? If not, why not? What can I do differently? What can I do better? But I learned to listen more to people. Everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a view, and they're valued, and they should be valued. To me, that's the reason why it's all been worthwhile. Army life, military life, involves everybody in your family, even the ones that I haven't shown, like father-in-law, mother-in-law, mum and dad. You know, it involves everybody because they all pay a price, whether it's worry when you're away or whatever, they really do pay a price. To me, being grounded and staying grounded is really, really important because I'm nobody special, but I know that I need to listen to everybody because I want them to listen to me.